This brand right here is called God and Us. Now, I want you to just take a minute and guess how much money you think they made in the last 3 months. Before last week, they've sold zero in the past 3 months with their new collection. Now, of course, they make amazing content, but they're not making the styles of content that actually convert. So when I walked them through and started having them make the content that actually converts, in just the past week alone, not even 7 days, we've already done almost 5K in revenue. And in the past year alone, I've worked with almost 50 clothing brands and overseen all their winning ad creatives. So I know exactly what kind of ad styles works and perform. The same ad styles that helped me generate $100,000 this month. Or if we check out one of my clients, Motion Apparel, who in the last 30 days made almost $40,000 per month. And I can refresh so you guys know it's not fake. Or if we go to one of my clients, World Peace Studios, this clothing brand is on track to hit 10K this month. God on Us has made 5K in the past week, on track to hit 20K for the rest of the month. And it's all because we simply run killer ads, okay? And I'm gonna show you the 5 winning styles in this video so you can make amazing ads that convert your clothing brand as well. All right, so ad style number 1 is what I like to call lifestyle ads. And this is basically where you have your clothing and you have a model who's wearing your clothing and you basically have them do whatever your avatar or whoever you're trying to sell to would basically do on a day-to-day basis. So let's go through some examples right here. All right, so let's watch this example first right here. You guys can see he's obviously in his outfit right here. And simply like that, you can kind of see he's just doing lifestyle stuff. Or right here, here's a picture example of this mentality stuff. They sell to a lot of athletes. They're a very gym kind of centered brand, very athletic centered brand. So what do? They have their models kind of participating in some activities. You can see he's like boxing gear right here. You can see him actually training. Or for example, here is just more of a casual wear brand. You can see just walking down the street. These ads right here just absolutely crush. And it's for 2 reasons. The first reason is because you're targeting the direct customer you're trying to sell. You're showing what their day-to-day life is so they can already relate to it, and you're just putting your clothes inside of that situation. So it just builds a lot of desire and want because they see every single day. It's like, okay, wow, like I could be doing this and looking good in this clothing while I'm doing it. And then the second reason, it's because it's just a lot more believable when you're running ad. It doesn't seem forced. It's a lot more organic, and it seems, again, it's a lifestyle thing. It's just what they do on a day-to-day basis. Here's another example of him actually training in MMA. Now this brings us on to the second style, which is what I like to call review ads. This is basically where you have a UGC creator, you make your own review kind of app, and you're just reviewing what the clothes looks like. This can be in many different forms. I'm going to show you a couple examples here.
The sweatshirt that's going absolutely viral right now from Comfort. This is their minimalist collection in color forest. I'm 6'1" and wear a size extra large. These are meant to be slightly oversized. I think this look is super.
You can see right here, he's just simply talking about the clothes. He's going over the specs, basically painting the picture so that the customer understands, the quality. They understand what an actual real life customer testimonial would look like, someone who actually owned the product. That's just not the brand. So it feels a lot more trustworthy. It gives them a lot more reassurance. Like, hey, if he loved it so much, this random guy, then maybe I will too, especially because now I know all this information about it, rather than just showing like an on body where you don't really talk about, maybe the GSM of the clothing, some of the hidden features and stuff. Maybe you have fast shipping. These review ads right here are an amazing shot to go over like a lot of the small details that are overlooked on other styles of ads and go into detail and drive those selling points really home for your customers. And they just convert really well. Let me show you a different one from a different brand.
So bro said that Squid House is all he wears, and I can't even blame him because this is quite literally what I wear every second. This company has been blowing up the past year for supporting real body positivity by sending people free gear if they have a physical transformation.
So like stuff like that where you can kind of slip in brand values or just things that people might not necessarily know from the brand if you're just doing an on body or a flat or just looking at, the book and judging the book by its cover. They can start reading in between the page and start falling in love with the book itself because you give them a chance to actually open up the book and read in between the lines. Now, by the way, I have a lot of examples on all 5 styles that we're gonna go over, and I have it on my foreplay where I saved all the ads. If you want access to this foreplay so you can watch all these videos for yourself, go down below, comment the word brand, and I'll go ahead and shoot you over the link so you can go over these foreplay videos for yourself and you can kind of watch and see a little bit more examples. But obviously in this video, I can't watch every single example because I want to give you the most value in the shortest amount of time, so I'm not wasting you guys' time. Now this brings us on to the third and most used ad style, which is what I like to call try-ons, but most people call it on bodies. We can go through a couple examples. The first example is actually one of my clients, God on Us, right here. So again, this just gives your customer a lot more insight into the brand because they can see, you know, the actual clothes on body. Maybe that person that's wearing the clothes looks like them or dresses like them. So it kind of gives them a lot more reassurance and again, builds that desire because they want to buy the clothing after the fact. So again, we can go through many examples on here. Really what you're doing is just showing the clothing. Now, this can be misconstrued for lifestyle. The only difference between lifestyle and on bodies is you're kind of adding the fact that you put it in the environment of where you see your actual customer being. So if you're selling gym clothing, you take the photo shoot inside the gym. With this one in particular, you can be anywhere. Your creativity is endless. You can be, you know, at a pool table, in the car, outside on the street, inside your bedroom. There's no like real constriction or box you put yourself in.
I'm vanilla, baby. I'll choke you, but I ain't no killer, baby. 28 telling me I'm still a baby. I get love in Detroit like Skilla, baby. And the thing about your boy is
on bodies are by far the most popular and they can work very well if you do them right. Make sure you have high quality. Make sure that you actually show your clothes and just make sure it's not distracting. A lot of people like to do on bodies and they're distracting from the actual selling point of the video, which is your clothes, okay? I would recommend your clothes being the main subject of the video because that's what you're actually trying to show. Now, this brings us on to the fourth one, which converts very well, which is what I like to call text ads. So this can be super similar to Flatlays, but you're basically putting text over it and it's more of a call out so you can directly tell your customer that it's selling. So let's go through a couple examples. You see this one right here is a cargo pants. A lot of big brands really use this style because it simply converts very well. You can go through a couple examples right here. There's a lot of creative styles here, but when a flat's performing very well, what I'll do is I'll split test it. So I'll have the flat running by itself with no text and then I'll run another A/B test to it where I put text on it, basically directly calling out my customer. That's what this one's great for. So people can't just over skip the fact that you're selling them something, or you can even prominently put an offer in front of their face. So if it's like a new drop or if it's buy one, get one free, or if it's 10% off site wide, this is where this style really shines because the conversion rate is a lot higher. And again, if you want access to this entire foreplay, because I know I'm skipping through them pretty quick because I want to show you the most value in the quickest amount of time, go ahead and comment the word brand and I'll send it to you so you can check it out. This brings us on to the last one that simply converts the most. Out of all my students, out of all the ads that I've ran, it's this one, the most simplest one that converts way better than anything else. I think it's because the clothing brand is the main subject, but honestly, people just love this one more than anything. The fifth and final one is Flatlay. This is just flat ads. Everyone knows this. This is where you just put your clothes down on whether it's a concrete background or some grass or whatever, and it's just the clothes. You just take a picture of the clothes or take a video of the clothes. Here's an example. And I'll turn off the audio right here. They just show an example of a flat lay of the clothes. This is a video example. Right here's more of a picture example. They start off with a video hook, which is pretty creative, but they're just like showing pictures, flat lays right here. By far, this one works more than any other one. It's kind of ironic because this one's the simplest and it's also free. So if you're currently not taking flat lays, or maybe you don't do a lot of flat lays, I would post a lot more of them because these ones are just knock out of the park. They really do work. So those right there are the 5 winning creative styles that absolutely crush. Now, if you want help with developing some of these creative styles, or you want me to one-on-one run your ads for you, you can go down in the description below and book a call to apply for my mentorship, where we work with you one-on-one and scale your brands out, just like I did with Isaiah's brand of 40K a month, and countless other people where we scaled to 10, 20, 30K because we work with them one-on-one. That's all I have for you guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like on this video. That's all I asked for, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.